Hello, folks. I'm the Red. This is Hollywood Animal, and last we left off, we finished out the year of 1939, where we released this movie, Spanish Castling, which required us to go to the Film Alliance and force their hands in allowing us to talk about alcohol again. Well, not talk about, but portray alcohol in a positive light. Maybe portray alcohol at all. I don't really know. But in any case, I mean, we can actually check. What's this say? The description of it. Alcohol, spirit of freedom. To portray alcohol as an inalienable right of all Americans. True freedom is someone who isn't afraid to have a drink or two whenever he damn feels like it. So yeah, portray, alcohol as being a thing that you can just do. In any case, we're moving on to the Pollux Awards here in just a moment, after we put American Stardust into production. Okay, so this was by the same cinematographer as Spanish Castling, and you see he brought it down technically, but not significantly. So I'm again wondering, although now we have the post reviews, so we'll actually maybe get some information on that. Yeah, you can take. I'm not gonna give you. Well, no, I'm not gonna give you. You don't need a secondary crew. Bruce Quinn, our head of pre-production, I accidentally learned from a friend of mine, an agent in New York, that the legendary Tatsuya Igawa is leaving the theater for cinema. I bet Arthur Gernstein would give a lot of money for an actor like that. I'm sorry for negotiating without your permission, but talent like this is such high demand, every minute counts. I literally snatched Mr. Igawa from our competitors' clutches. Fortunately, those uncultured fools were too slow, so I was the first to seal a deal with the maestro. I assure you, this is one of the most promising actors in America. He was the best Othello I've ever seen. His charisma is impossible to resist. People instantly forget his unusual appearance. Plus, he agreed to a 3-year contract for only $10,000. Yeah, no, of course. Tatatsu Igawa, star of the theater. He is 7.7 star. He's not the highest actor, but he's also coming from theater with 7.7 stars in acting, in movie acting. So, it's a whole different format. It's a whole different thing. You don't got to play to the back seats doing movies. In fact, playing to the back seats can often make you look like a little bit of a fool. Okay, so I'm gonna go set up distribution here, and I'm gonna say, sorry, not 1,200. Again, if I can just, I don't know why I can't hit the 0 key 3 times in a row, and sorry. Excuse me. Because we keep getting those peaks at 5 weeks, I'm gonna try this. See how that feels. Wife's permission, yeah, 6-week peak. Maybe I should have had it been as high as. Okay, strengths and weaknesses, nothing noteworthy here, other than Great War and Prison Breaks don't work alongside each other. In Prison Breaks and protagonist finding love. I guess if you have a prison break, you should already have love, right? And then Condemned to Adventure. This was one of the movies that did extremely well. Again, 5 weeks. It got its... I don't know, like I'm just not really understanding why there seems to be, after the first month, there seems to be that spike. It lurks in darkness. And on these, I have not been paying attention to all of these attendance numbers. I've only been looking at this last one. It's very well that if I had been paying more attention, I could have seen them, but I haven't been. You're 3% of 200, you can end distribution. And then you're going to go performance analytics. I think you may have been one of the ones where we chucked everything at the wall. I'm sorry, what? Evergreen. Edward Conway, were you working? So, Edward Conway, we're about 50%. We're actually ahead of schedule. We're about 60% through filming. It was like a month or two. I think our best case is to find a replacement. And we're gonna lose some percentage, but Chris, here's our so this didn't get the top marks because it was still being released. It was still in it was still okay. Room 9. Retirement rush. Your double 8. Something you didn't know about Charlie was box office success. But honestly, these two are the ones that are more likely to get the award. Best cinematography. Go here. I'm gonna push for the American Nightmare. Best actor. We were one of the candidates, obvious. And actually, just because we know that it's going to be... Oh, wow. We actually released a lot of women-led films. Who was the lead in this? Malo, have you gotten... You've gotten one for Flat Bottom. Patsy, you've never gotten one. I'm just gonna check. Alma, you've also never gotten one. For the men's role, best director. Ernest, probably not going to get one. I'm sorry, you just don't have the skill. You're a competent director and you can produce some good things, but you're just not going to get awards. Will Doyle has gotten his. I mean, the best screenplays, it's got to be one of the higher rated ones. Do I really want to try to push... Albert, you've gotten one. Albert, you've gotten one. What a Heart on Fire is Pete Hodges, who hasn't gotten one yet. How old are you, Pete? 37. You've got a few more years before we need to really try. And this is going to take all of our influence, so hope I don't need it for anything else. Hope I get it all back with all of the nominations we're going to get. Glass of brandy. This is not a good one. Maurice. I'm gonna shelve it, but like, why? Why did you write that? What could compel you? Maurice, what type of writer are you? You're a detective writer. This is a detective as the lead. Comedy. Ooh. Okay, Joe, you get this one because you're a comedy writer, or because it's historical. Well, because it's Victorian England, and then you're going to get this. I don't know. I don't know if that was the right ones to give to whoever, but it's what I did. Rescue mission. Finish this. Is rescue mission one of our trash elements that we need? I don't think so. I don't check anyways, then it's not. Which means you get to go fishing again. Yay! Fishing. Boy becomes man. I feel like that might actually be one of our trash elements that we need. I'm wrong, but I felt like it, so I checked, and it just wasted everyone's time. I'm sorry about that. Pollux, something you don't... This was the one movie I was not expecting to be Best Picture. Couple of cinematography nominations. Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Directors, Best Screenplay. So we got nominations. Banquet's done. Lydia is established as a sidekick. Pete as a cowboy. Patsy does action. Albert does comedy. We're going to definitely attend. This, I know for a fact, is one of our elements. First, actually, before I forget, because I will forget. Because it's not that exciting. But we need to do more banquets. But, nope, not what I meant to click on. Trash elements. Terry, you found the second one, so you get to do it. Take a couple of months. Film sound. New technology we can buy. Heart on Fire. 3% is still... I can still give you like 1,000 and feel decent about it. Yeah, so this was one of the ones where we scatter shot, and as we can see, there is no week 5 jump. Strength and weaknesses. Lydia Globe was just not skilled enough. We didn't have enough set design. Horror and detective don't work together. I would argue against that. Curse and science fiction. Okay, so you're saying you can't do, what's the term? Science fantasy. Detectives don't deal with curses. Again, I would argue against that. Angry Boston curse. Okay, sure, whatever. Feels arbitrary, but... you. Search for the Black Cloak. We spent 1.3 million. Timothy has maxed out his skill. We can start in post. And... oh, Billy Reed worked on one of the prequels to this. Unfortunate. Our in-studio stuff is best. Yeah, hide our cash. To be born in Paris. This is not a good film. I'm gonna shelve it. Spanish Castling is getting released this week. What kind of rating? You're B+ at the Kino mark. Bone Grinder liked it. Okay. I just don't know what's wrong with this film. Experience-wise, I didn't get much. Oh, we didn't get any bumps. Everything's fresh about it. Although it's making prison breaks and shootouts feel unfresh. Evil exposed. Joe, I'm gonna have you finish but not start on anything. Just in case because someone's gonna have to write this. And I'm gonna double check our writers. Got a romance writer here. So we actually do have a couple of writers open, so I could give someone this adventure in the city, action adventure. Joe, I guess you're gonna write this. I don't really care who writes the sequel here because I don't think your skill has an effect on the amount of time. Luxurious banquets, upgraded. Does this... It doesn't give actual numbers. We can give wardrobes, penthouses, villas, chefs, butlers, luxury cars, plenty of drugs. Let's do penthouses. Police are gonna raid us. But that's fine. There's nothing to be had here. American Stardust. You're actually having something happen. The actress playing the main character's love interest is refusing to say her trademark phrase, "smells like armpits," which has been famous from the first film. She says the heroine has grown up and she should speak more like a real lady. The real lady can follow the script, or it'll be her career that smells like armpits. I mean, give it a different twist then. Say it with a different intonation. 1940, Pollux Awards. We're about to hear Stardust eat his words. Star Surf, sorry. Harlan Star Surf. Welcome to the 8th Annual Pollux Awards. It's great to see so many new faces this year. I hear the same doctor made all of them. First, the nominees for Best Actor, and the winner is... Bobby Martin. Okay. I mean, I know we bought Bobby Martin, but I still would have liked one of our guys. Winner for Best Actress, May Lo. She's getting another one here. Nominee for Best Director. Winner is... Herbert McCarthy. He's a young one to get it, right? Yeah. Oh, no, 36. I thought he was 26. Nominees for Best Screenplay. Carl Yost. He wrote a couple of things for Evergreen. I forgot that Evergreen beat up one of our people. I don't know how it slipped my mind, but it slipped my mind. I've got to go murder someone there. Anyways, Chester Henry is getting Best Cinematographer. Nominees for Best Film. I was not thinking Something You Know About Charlie was going to be the one to get it here. And it's not. It's Sandalwood Actor. But of the three that we nominated, it was the one that I was least expecting. I mean, this is 9 points. Anyways, this concludes the 1940 Pollux Awards. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again next year. And there's a bit more influence. Some good experience. We'll pay our taxes. Jane Fisher established as a murderer. Paid in blood. This was one of 2 films which we needed an actor for one of our sequels that we'd written. No one leveled up. We can start post, but we're not actually going to push it in yet. Wow, Billy Reed worked on all of our real quality things. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to double check. We go free editors. I mean, Thomas, you want nothing. And then we go composers, again, free. Coleman Daniels, you want nothing? Okay, there we go. Actually, Thomas, you're better than our previous guy. And Coleman, you're not as good as Billy Reed, but you're also better than... Okay. And obviously, use all the in-house stuff. And these are waiting for... Okay, banquet's done. 3%... Yeah, you can end distribution on that. Heart on Fire, perform analytics. We're going to do that to everything for the foreseeable future. Hold banquets. We can now do luxurious banquets, which cost us more money. Okay. I think it's worth it. 350. Half of that's going to be 175, which... So we're paying more money and we're paying reputation, but it just draws in. It's just faster. It just produces the influence faster, which is the main thing that we're really squeezing on. I'm going to start project. I wish I could sort this. I'm gonna buy scripts real quick. Got a detective, there's a love interest, there's a rival, there's a jousting tournament in Victorian England. I'm gonna purchase and shelve this. And then I'm gonna double check. I'm seeing 6 point something as our highest. Amber split. Okay. This was the thing that I was sitting on. That, what's her name? Penelope? I think I'm thinking of the wrong name. But it's a woman's name that starts with a P. Okay. Anyways, this is what we're going to produce. Wait, hold on. This really? 6? I guess it is. Well, no. There was something else I saw. I know there was something else I saw. Yeah. No, yeah. Martingale. Joe Sullivan also wrote this? Whatever. I'm producing this one. Cinematographer. Um... I said the castle has to be on set. City streets are on location. The city interiors would be best on set. What if I mean, none of these are going to be improved by being on location, right? So put them on set. Filming tech, blue term vivid, sound tech. I mean, we're going still with the frame tone pure, right? The film sound. We haven't yet had an opportunity for our people to work on it. This is not a sequel to anything. Bobby, you're not known as a detective. You're known as a cop, a cowboy, and a pirate. For our antagonist is an old friend turned enemy. We want someone in the same age bracket as you. Oscar, villain's right-hand man. Have Andrew. Producer. Scott Gill, you're not known for anything in particular. Carl, why don't you take one of these slots? And so if I check the numbers here, you can get up to an 8. So this is what, historical mostly. Themes include a magic lesson, stagecoach robbery. Elmer, why don't you take this? We can get you back on the yearly schedules. I hope I didn't. No, one of the guys that we needed was actually, it was the guy that got attacked, wasn't it? Anyways, taking time along. Oh, I don't know why I keep forgetting it. Security. Free, ordered by skill. If you're cheap, then you'll be cheap. And you're 4 weeks in, a quarter. I'm gonna go set up distribution. I mean, that's a maximum you can do. Let's accept this. Rise from the sludge. Okay. So this was... A Heart on Fire was a fairly regular thing. It had a regular reduction, but again, I don't know. Some of these might be because I ordered only so many screenings. Like, this might have popped, but because it was on week 5, and I ordered... I can't even tell how many numbers. Like, is there a way to get the exact number here? I don't know. Story elements. Weaknesses was Lydia. Rise from the Sludge is... I mean, this is going to get bombed in reviews. Like, it's trash. So we're going to continue. And I'm going to immediately pause, because what I need to do is go story workshop, create sequel, Rise from the Sludge, continue. I feel like what? Nicolas Cage played in all of our movies? I don't know what's up with this. There's the names, input. Wait, hold on. What's this revenue? Is this just what's going to come in the first week? Okay, we're getting rid of Walter. In fact, we're getting rid of all the reoccurring characters other than Wayne. Other than our toxic criminal. Let's throw a bandit in there. Oh, that's... I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry for that flickering. Why are you doing that, game? We're gonna put a sheriff. A villain's right-hand woman. For themes, let's make it somewhat slapstick. Social rejection seems like it's just going to be a continuously good idea. Protagonist pulled back in, someone forces him. We're gonna go cursed deal. And then do we want the antagonist getting punished? Yeah, we'll stick with antagonist getting punished. Genres, we're dropping any pre-extensive historical. We're dropping the thriller aspects, going more action-oriented. Maybe dropping the horror? No, we gotta keep some level of horror. And then for the setting, we want to move away from Victoria, England. And go for the Wild West. Yeah. Yeah. As for our screenwriter, Herbert. Write it. Again, I'm supposed to be stripping ideas out of that, aren't I? I forgot about that. I just seem to be forgetting everything today. 3 years, $250,000 plus all the extras. I'm waiting for these to come off of. Okay, well, Calvin, I'm sorry. We can now figure out competitor story elements. We need a new head. Everett Day is level 2 and extremely cheap. But Harry Davis is still really cheap and is level 8. So I think I'm going to go Harry Davis. Edward, your contract's up. We're gonna get something there. We don't have a lot of movies actually in production or sitting in post-production. So what I think I want to do first, I want to check to see if we have any writers available. No, we don't. So we have one sequel here, Amber Split. Unreliable Contractor is not a sequel. It's just got nudity, which is why it hasn't been made. So if we go to release films here, again, I think this is the best way to go find it without starting the project. Amber Heart, Amber Split, Daring Adventure, and Bandits are the only reoccurring characters, which is Patsy and then Edward, who will recover in some amount of time. So the only person we really want to avoid giving a role to is Patsy. I think I'm gonna go Selected by Mr. Hands personally. Protagonist pulled back in. I mean... Oh. Saving the Beloved. Whatever. I'm gonna produce this one. We might fight the Film Alliance on it. We might just eat the fine. I haven't decided yet. If I look for... You're racist. You don't get hired. Craig Owen, you're 7.8. We do have 8 aughts. So you prefer location shooting, but not by that much. City streets, we would have to reduce quality for. But we could actually save a little bit with the country estates and surroundings in terms of shooting time. And this is going to take, I mean, this is going to be like a year-long shoot. So I said, what would we need? A level 4 soundstage, and not coming out anytime soon. I don't know why I'm clicking back and forth on these. Those are such minimal amount of time that it's not worth worrying about. Does this really all add up to 200? So 1, 2, 26, 38, 40, 54, 60, 70, 80, 91. This is not adding up to 202. Well, filming tech. Yeah, we're gonna stick with the new stuff. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause this real quick. You're 51 days out. I'm gonna cancel this. And instead, we're going to start one of these 6-star films. So you can get up to 7 stars, 8 stars after everything's said and done. What I'm looking to start is one of our, like, this flagpole, although that one also has something we would have to fight on, and I'm not willing to fight for that crappy movie. New Skyscraper. I mean, we did pay to get the alcohol available, so before they reinstate it, and we decide to let them reinstate it. Thomas? "61 days for Fairy Town Streets." Wow. Okay. I'm gonna use the blue term vivid, frame tone, extras and all that. For producer, why don't we say Bruce is 1. And I want to give Vince another shot here. Director, Anthony, you can take this. Daring Adventure. see what you can learn from this. I've got an undead woman. Alma, why don't you do that? There, that's something. Something in production. Siamese twin sheriffs. Do we have any other trash elements? Nope. So, historical action writer. Historical Arthurian legends. Yeah, why don't you write that? Galaxy Whale. It's gonna be in space? No, it's gonna be in Victorian England. A detective with lowbrow humor. What is the name of this coming from? Protagonist restores faith and ideals. What is this movie? Well, it's going on the shelf. Second lineup. This is a little better, although it's got some tired elements in it. I'll shelf it too. And then Milton's not finding anything. So what I'm gonna do, actually, your drama. No, I'm gonna have you guys search for things. Maybe I should have one of you write a sequel. I'll do that next time. And by next time, I literally mean next time, because I think we're going to go ahead and put a little pause here. If you've enjoyed this Let's Play so far, go ahead, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time, where we will continue playing Hollywood Animal.